Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Big Mike. Today, we have some special things, events that we just want to talk about. Today's Nigerian Independence Day. This is Nigeria actually gained independence on 1960, 1st of October. So today, Nigeria is 64. Nigeria, that being 64 is a big deal, and with a lot of things that are happening out there, there are certain expectations. When you are a baby, you're expected to behave like a baby, and when you are a toddler, you're expected to be a toddler. Then when you're now actually being, a young, should I say young adult, a teenager, you behave like a teenager. Then when you now actually get to a certain age where you're now young adults, like from age 20 and upward. Now, when you're now saying 64, there are certain expectations. Of course, all fingers are not equal. So there are some countries in, say, for instance, in Africa, who are their independence after Nigeria, and they are doing great. But Nigeria seems to be having quite a lot of challenges. There is corruption, there's security issues, there's a whole lot that is actually happening. Now, just before we actually go on to the main topic itself, which is the story about a lady, Halimat, that escaped from kidnappers. Now, a whole lot of times we always, we do read about it and all, but I think the unique situation is that we can actually hear from her directly. So it is so much so that, anyone in this situation, if you ever find yourself, I pray not, but if you do, you can learn, from it, because that is the whole essence that we can actually learn from this. It's not just about, say, you want to hear, you want to hear gist. It's not a gist. It is something that, nobody will really want to go. So just before we actually get into that, we have one or two things we want to share. So we'll make it very quick. I'm sure that you can't actually wait to hear from her. But then, let me bring up the first events that we want to talk about. I'm just going to share my screen, and we will be on right now. Right. We all have, the situation, the security situation in the Southeast. Now we have this we have a story about gunmen that burn down study center in Imo State. The Southeast has been on fire for some time. It's very, very, disheartening when things like this are happening. This is these are things that you wouldn't expect. Violence does not solve anything. Violence does not. But let's look at it. I mean, the story says some daredevil gunmen struck Monday night, setting ablaze the country home of Senator Frank Ibizem on fire. Also set ablaze by the assailants is the National Open University of Nigeria. That's the now study center in Insu in Ehime Imbano. Ibizem, who is the immediate past senator for North, for Imo North, Okigwe zone, hail from Insu in the Ehime Imbano local government area of Imo State. A video clip circulating showed Ibizem house gutted in fire with a voice in the background lamenting the level of destruction. The spokesperson for the police in the state, Henry Okoye, confirmed the attack. He said a few moments later, attack on Open University of Nigeria, now Ezioke Institute Study Center facility. And it says, let's refrain from making inciting statements. The former lawmaker was recently accused of attracting refugees and internally displaced persons camp for Fulani at the National Open University campus in Insu in the Ehime Mbano local area, a claim he had publicly denied. Look, I think some people just act on, I think, what most British people will say, knee-jerk, reaction. You just hear something, boom, you just react. Like our good friend, Mr. Very Dark Man. You just heard something, boom, on the spot, the moment. You don't care who gets hurt. You don't, quest for it, you want to do the right thing. You end up creating more issues. Anyway, I think there's a short video here. Let's have a quick look at this video.
And this is not a good one. The National Open University building facility in Ezekiel's Imo State in a human no, has been burnt down by unknown men at the eve of the Independence Day celebration of Nigeria, 64th Independence Day of Nigeria. This thing may not be unconnected with the news, with trending news of using of the building as a training center for displaced people and IDP camp. And I also saw the news. I also carried the same news, but the authorities reached out to me and informed me what transpired. There was no an issue of bringing anybody from the north to Imo State. I know some of you will not like this news because
I think we all actually get the drift. This is disinformation. This is a situation whereby it was actually said that Fulani internally displaced people were being brought down to Imo State, which was not the case. And before you know it, some people are already taking the laws into their hands and just started doing all sorts of crazy things. So the people need to sort of ensure that they have accurate information when they're dealing with things like this. So moving swiftly on. So I was sharing this now. So the next story that we've got, just 1 second, please. The next story that we actually have is about the former president of the US, Jimmy Carter. Apparently, he actually shares the same date. His birthday falls exactly on the 4th of October. So it's like so he's basically like a shall I say birthday mate with Nigeria, of course, holder. So it says here that James L. Carter Jr., born October 1st, 1924, is an American politician and humanitarian who served as the 13th president of the United States from 1977 to 1981. So today, October 1st, 2024, President Jimmy Carter sets a new record on October 1st, his birthday, where he will become the first American president to reach triple digits age. So it essentially is the first American president to ever survive to the age of 100, so which is really great. But when you look at it, right, he has been, when Obasanjo was actually head of state. I think there's a quick video here. Let's watch this just briefly. He came into Nigeria when he was president, and Obasanjo was head of state. Wow, look at that. They should make all our head of states to drive all these classic cars. This was when Nigeria still has money. Nigeria still has money. I can say that. This is when the citizens in Nigeria felt Nigerian money. Wow. This is real classic. Okay, this is it. So as we can all see, so things were really things were really great back then when he visited Nigeria. So and
President Jimmy Carter is about to make history.
So you can
Carter
see that he's really changed.
Years old tomorrow, the first president in U.S. history to hit the century mark. And a number of events to celebrate are in the works. It includes a flyover by military jets over his hometown of Plains, Georgia, where a naturalization ceremony and a concert will also be held. According to family members, the president's big birthday wish is to vote in the upcoming presidential election.
I wonder who he will vote for. I hope it's not Kamala. Right. Okay. So moving swiftly on. So we wish him happy birthday All of us, we are all praying to, at least to be that age, and then you can walk. Not that you'll be in a wheelchair, you know, at that age. You can, if you have your health, you can eat, you can feel things, you have great things to do ahead. Not 100 years old where the person is just shriveled up, they can't walk, they can't do anything. What kind of existence is that? So now we all know that things are really, things are really good in Nigeria. Don't let me say that things are really hot. Somebody bought suya in Kaduna, and I really wanted to share this because he said he bought suya for 1,000 naira. So I think everybody should see this, so we understand the state of affairs. Because some people will think that when you buy 1,000 suya, it's not really what it used to be back then. In fact, if anybody's goes straight into my own compound, that one, it will be instant suya. But let me just share this with you. Right, this is it. We had someone actually posted out this story. It says, I went out to drink yesterday and decided to buy peppered meat. One meat is 100 naira and 10 peppered meat for 1K. And here's the video of it.
This is 1,000 naira pepper meat in Kaduna. Each meat is 100 naira. It's cheaper. Look at it. These are 10 pieces of.
Come on, I would like people to actually make comments. I mean, tell me, what do you think? I mean, do you think this is crazy, or do you think it's to be expected, or what? What do you think about this? 1,000 naira. Because I remember then when you buy, okay, this is peppered meat, but when you buy suya, peppered for 1,000, you eat. And I'm not talking of like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. We're talking of, say, not more than about maybe about some, just literally like some few years, like 2 years ago, or even 1 year ago.
I don't eat 10 already. I just bought this one now.
Wow. Well, you have also. What do you think? Do you think the state of the economy will get worse, or you think it will start to improve? Let's see, or rather, let's hear what you actually think. So, yeah, I think, I think I have another story, and I think after this story, I'll be bringing in Halimatu to tell us her story. So, what I actually want to talk about is there was an issue that happened in, I think, in Kano State. Let me just share this quickly. It's not the kind of thing that you actually expect to to happen, but it did happen. It says youths attack Yoruba community in Kaduna, burn their houses, cars. Wow. It said many houses burnt, properties destroyed as irate youths, hoodlums, attack Yoruba community in Kaduna State. I wonder why. Many houses have been destroyed after some irate youths attacked the Yoruba community in Jushi Waje, opposite the Nigerian Army Depot Barracks, Sabongari, Zaria, Kaduna State. Multiple sources told Sahara reporters, I mean, this story is from Sahara reporters, that the attack initially started on Sunday, 29th of September, continued till Tuesday, October 1st. It was gathered that the crisis broke out when an Hausa boy reportedly entered the woman's house in the Yoruba community and was caught. However, he was said to have been beaten by members of the community and died after he was taken to Sakin's palace. The Hausa boy was caught stealing in a Yoruba woman's house and was beaten even by this people on Sunday. He was later taken to Sakin's palace. The thief requested water to drink, and it was one Hausa woman that gave him water. In the process, he gave up the ghost. By 7 p.m., the Hausa youths mobilized in groups, started destroying Yoruba people's properties. They burned down houses and cars. Alhamdulillah. I saw death, but trust Allah. They only destroyed all my glass windows. I'm out of my home now. Please continue to support me and my family with prayers. A resident affected told the reporters. Another resident of the community said the youths returned on Tuesday morning, attacking people from other tribes. They are back destroying our properties, attacking us. see most of these thieves are from Sakin's house, and in the past, when these thieves were caught, taken to Sakin's house, they will immediately release them. Yes, one of my close boys, who is a Hausa boy, sent me a message late last night to leave my house as they will be coming to kill the Yoruba people and other tribes today. Yesterday, one of the Hausa boys stabbed one of our persons, an owner of Aduma School, while he was sending back his students home over the crisis. They handed the boy to the police, but they have released him as you know, or rather as we speak. Please, we all have left our homes because these outside boys are threatening to kill us all. Please put across call to Cardinal Command. Well, it's called across to Cardinal Commands, PPRO, ASP, Mansi Hassan were not picked up nor returned. Text messages sent to his line were yet to be replied as at time of this report. This is one of those things that is quite, I mean, we've got some pictures here, that is quite disheartening. There is no need for any of the, if this happened, what happened to the police? Where's the response? Why is it that when things like this happen in the north and the migrants are they are arrested, they are almost certainly released back again? For what? Is it to sort of appease them, or what? I thought we're supposed to have laws in the we're supposed to follow the rule of law. So it is really sad. Or is it one rule for one and another rule for others? This sort of thing should not be happening anywhere, whether it's southeast, south, southwest, wherever. Shouldn't be. It's called one Nigeria and one nation, and that's what it's meant to be. It's not restricted to one part of the country. So there shouldn't be any preferential treatment. It shouldn't be at all. This is just outright, this is just BS. This shouldn't be happening. Where are the police? What are they doing? Anyway, so let me just share this out. So now, I think before I just wanted to talk about, I think it's high time we deal with the issue of the day. Like I said, we've got Halimatu waiting for us to tell us exactly what actually happened. So, and but basically, what she went through was really, truly, truly horrific. So, without much ado, let me introduce you to Alimat. Alimat, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Okay. Yeah, good evening. Thank you for taking the time out. I know that you wanted to escape earlier, but I am laughing about this, but I know that it couldn't have been funny. That day. I really thank God for your life. I thank God for how God actually protected you, because when you told me that story, I was like, man, you need to. That was why I said I needed to bring you on here. This is not just about saying we are not entertaining anybody, but we just want people to learn from this so that people can take precaution. We all, honestly, Nigerians, we are good people. I'm not just alien. I know we have corruption, we have all sorts, but the truth of the matter is that we have this thing about helping others. We are at the bus stop, somebody asks a question, so you show empathy. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Show empathy, and you not get, and for that, you almost, thank God, your enemy almost lost a life. Let me just put it, that way, without being too dramatic. Okay, so let me just hand over the listen to you. So tell us exactly what really took place 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Good evening. It all happened last month, the month of September. September 14th, to be precise. It was on a Friday morning. I actually immediately I was actually reluctant on going out on that Friday. So normally
Okay.
I wake up so early by 5, take my bath, and 6:30 I've already left the house. But that fateful day, I woke up around 6:30. After bathing, dressing up, let me go. I was still reluctant. But at the end of it, I just said, let me just go. So going from Ikotun actually the bus stop where I stay is not far from is Calvary Street. So
Okay.
approaching Calvary bus stop, I stopped there and I took this yellow small bus. They call them in Yoruba is shuttle bus. So they call them
Mm.
Korope, something like. So when
Okay.
I entered,
Okay.
we got to Egbeda at about 7:05. That was when they dropped us at Egbeda. So for me to trek from where they dropped me down to the bus stop where I would take another cab going to Sele side. So
Okay.
standing there, it was even when I checked my time, it was 7:10 already. So I was like, I still have much time. So standing there, a man came. I think it was not even up to like some minutes, not up to 2 minutes. A man came
Mhm.
and was like, "Good morning, sorry, please." He said he needed like he doesn't know his way. He wants to know a plaza. He was
Mm.
actually talking. I was not even answering. So later, because I've encountered like some of my friends have encountered some persons that will ask questions, and before you know, they will see something from your body. So that was where
Hmm.
my mind was going to. I did not really know. Maybe like somebody will just talk to you and you start following them like that. I don't know. I only hear experience,
Okay.
and something like this has happened to a friend. So when I stood there, he was like, "Please, can you help me?" I didn't answer. The third time, he now said, "Please, that is stranded." Because me, normally when I
Wow.
encounter people that are stranded, I used to assist them.
Mm.
I feel you need money. Let me give you, enter your bus and go. But that day, he was like, "I'm stranded." I said, "Oga, if you need money, let me." He said, "No, that I did not know his way. He's coming from Cameroon." I said, "Me, I don't know." So he was trying to make call. So that was where I felt so emotional. Like I was like, this person really. I was like, what is it? He said he's looking for a plaza. I can't even remember the name of the plaza. And I was like, I'm sorry,
Mm.
I don't know any plaza, anything you're talking about here. So it was like, can't I help him? I said, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I was thinking you don't have transportation to go to your destination like that. So he left me and went to stand far from my like behind me, very far from me. That place where we were sitting down there. So later on, a
Mm.
man came. I don't know where that man was coming from. These are matured men, not even guys. Came was like he was holding a torchlight phone. And before leaving the house, I've already hid my phone in my body. So the other man was like, what was that man asking you? So I felt maybe it's a passenger that was waiting for the same bus I was waiting for. So I
Mm.
was
And they were
he
part
said
of the same.
they were
Okay,
the
go on.
same.
Sorry.
Yes, they were together. I didn't know. So they were like,
Mm.
that this man is looking for. I was not explaining to him that the man said he's looking for his way. Oh. Me, I don't know. Like I just said it. Like I not even care. So he was like, where did he tell you he was going to? I said, me, I don't know. You can ask him. So he called the man. He was like, come. The man came to him. He now told the man that I don't know what they said though. He whispered to the man's ear. My attention was not there. I've already forgotten that somebody even asked me a question. So
Mm.
we're still waiting for the same boss to come. Then the man moved closer to me. Immediately he finished talking to the man. The man that asked me a question first double crossed me and went back to where he was standing. And the other guy was like, and that he said he's looking for his way. That is all these Cameroon boys that they send things from Cotonou and come to Nigeria. And I told him, I said, I
Mm.
don't have a business with that. He's meant to contact the person that called him. Is he not sure? You don't
Okay.
follow people these days like that. So I just said it. It was not
Mm.
like that the man needs help. I said, me, I don't already tell him. Me, I don't know anywhere. The last statement I made, I don't know anywhere. The next thing, when that man started going, I started following the man. I was following the man. He was not like,
Were you
Auntie,
conscious that you were following the man at all? Were you like conscious, or it was just you just found out that against your will? Did you feel that there was something?
I did not even know what I was doing anymore. I started following them.
Mm.
Like, even, I didn't even turn back. I was just going. The man that asked me a question first was in front of me. He was not telling me that,
Mm.
come, come. And I was running, following him. Where they carried me and passed, they didn't carry me and pass where buses were passing. No. I was
Mm-hmm.
just going with them. It was like a house that where people are staying, but a roadside. I was just going till we got
Mm.
to one bus stop. I don't even know where I was going to. they stopped this a yellow bus. They stopped the yellow bus and we entered. So inside the yellow bus, I was in their middle. In their middle, at the end of the day, I discovered that they were asking me questions. Where do you work? How much do you have in your account? And I was like, I'm sorry that I don't have money. They were like, where do you work? I told them where I work. They were like, what do they do there? I was like, that I don't like the way they were asking me. I don't know the thing that was prompting me to like. I was even lying. I was like, we produce water. That was what I just told them. They're like, do you have an account that somebody wants to pay money to him? He doesn't have an account. And I answered, I said, sorry, I don't have an account. The funny part of it, we don't even have transportation, like to pay. They were not asking me if I have money. I told them I don't even have money. My bag I was hanging, my Union Bank ATM card was inside, and a 5,000 naira, my fare, because that day was on a Friday, was to go to my place. Because of the transportation issue, I do stay with my cousin's sister. So it was from there. I didn't know that all those questions they were asking, my bag has already been opened and the ATM card in my bag has been removed and the transportation. I didn't know. So I was still like, we're still going. We even passed the bus stop I took bus from. I was still looking. I said, as if I know this place. I was trying to recall. But the thing was not coming for me.
Which area were they taking you to at that point in time?
They were taking me to Ikotu. So I was just following them. Luckily for me, the yellow bus they took got spoiled before Ikotu. Let me say, a minute to Ikotu, the yellow bus got spoiled. So when the yellow bus got spoiled, they now removed me out of. They were holding me. Oh, they removed me out of the bus. They put me in another bus. I was still following them. It was when we got to Ikotu market. I was like, I was seeing crowd. I saw keke. I saw bike. People were like the way they hit people in markets and all that. So they were actually taking me to Ijegun, in which I've never been to Ijegun. I don't even know a place called Ijegun. It was then they now said, let's go. They were even moving me to the front side. That I should not worry, I should pay for the transportation. They will give me the transportation. So I did not really understand. I was just looking. They said, where are your phones? I said, I did not have phone. They were like, okay, I should give them my number. I collected their phone because that man was actually making a call. I did not know the person he was talking to. I didn't know he was only pretending he was making a call. It was when he gave me his phone that I should insert my number. So I don't know. I was getting myself. I now checked the phone. Like, let me see who this man has been talking to since. That was when we got to Ikotu market. We've already entered keke to Ijegun. We were waiting for the last passenger because they took a public keke. We were waiting for the last passenger. So sitting inside, he was like, give me your number. And he said, take my phone, put your number inside. That was when I put my number inside. So I now said, let me even check the person this man was talking to, because as at then, I was already getting myself. I was hearing like all these people from the park calling Egbeda, Yanotaja. So I was like, if I'm at Egbeda, why are they still shouting Egbeda? So I now gave the man my phone number. So when I checked his contact, I discovered he was not making any call with anybody. It was missed calls. I think from the people, because when he was making those calls, he was like, don't worry, a carpet, how many yards of carpet, how many yards of this? He was just talking. So when I checked, it was missed calls. I think it was from his colleague. Maybe he has informed them that they are bringing somebody. That was the things that was happening there. So when they put me inside the keke, after giving him the number, he said, what's my name? I told him Messi. I had to lie. I said Messi. He said, okay. So immediately inside the keke, when I heard Egbeda and Yanopaja again, I jumped up from the keke. I just shouted, Jesus. And I said, where am I? They were like, so the keke driver was trying to like view what was happening to me. The man was like, he turned back, he was looking. So they discovered the man was looking. Immediately I jumped out. They too, they followed me. They were like, I should come, let's enter another keke. And I was like, if you near me, don't come close to me. I don't know you people. You don't know me. So what am I even doing here? So people in the market there, I didn't even look at the road when I was crossing. They were like looking at me, what was happening. Before I could turn to my side, I did not see the two men again. I didn't see them. Wow. I didn't even see where they passed. I did not even know. So when I crossed to the other side, that was when I checked my bag and discovered my money was not inside my bag. My ATM card was not inside. I was having only 10,000 in the Union Bank ATM card. So it has been removed. So I was like, God. I now checked my bag. I was searching my bag very well. Search the clothes I was putting on. It has pockets. Maybe the money was inside. Nothing was inside. And I stood. I saw some persons passing. I was even afraid, how will I beg? Because I don't have transportation to take me back to where I was coming from. And I was not even having credit on my phone on that day. The data, the network was bad. The messages were entering one after the other. That was when I saw a young guy passing. I was like, bros, good morning. He said, good morning. I was like, sorry, I'm stranded. I was kidnapped. Like, he was like, kidnapped? I said, yes. He said, oh, they didn't do you anything. I said, nothing. He said, oh, I said, please, it's transportation that I need. I need to go back to where they picked me from. He said, where? I told him. He now gave me 500 naira. So it was that 500 naira I used to enter a bus from that Ikotun side to Egbeda 400. It was 100 naira. Reaching Egbeda, I was not having transportation to go back to the office to select before I would not trek to my office. I was not having it. They were saying 300. So it was another guy that now paid my transportation for me. 200 naira.
Wow.
Some boss said 300, some said 200. So I was just standing there. The guy was like, you've been standing here since. Come inside. I said, I don't even have transport. This was what happened. He said I should come inside. So I entered the page. It was my cousin that now said I should go to any POS. I should collect the account number. Let him send me money. So it was in that POS I stood and I sent the account number of the POS. He sent me 3,000 naira. So the 100 naira that was remaining, I used it to pay for the charges. And I trekked down to my office. Reaching the office, my boss was standing by the gate. I was like, you've not come late to the office before. What happened? Immediately I started talking. I started crying. I was shaking because I was not myself that day. I was shaking.
The shock.
It was like, what happened? Oh, yeah, talk. I could not talk. And I said, I should go to the office and go and wait. I should go. Once I get to the office, he's coming inside. So when he came inside, he now called me and I started explaining. He now said that Ijegun, I did not even know how to pronounce the name. It was him that now said, is it Ijegun? I said, yes, that's the place they were because that's the keke I entered. He was like, that's their depot. That all those kidnappers, that is their depot. Even inside the keke, when I brought out my phone, they were even calling me. That same number called me. Was like, where are you? And your brother is looking for you. I said, which brother? Did I tell you I have any brother? I don't have any brother. He said, your brother is looking for you. Start coming. That they turned back, they did not see me again. Where did I go to? And I was like, don't ever dial my number again. That was what I told them. So reaching the office, after explaining to my boss, was like, Ijegun is a very dangerous place that you cannot see many houses there. You will see one house, the next thing is bush, that there is a canal there. They were explaining how the place is, they will just take me there. Maybe it's to even rape me, harm me, and do all sorts of things. So that was actually what really happened that day. So even reaching home, I was not myself, and a lot of things. My key was not. I could not get my key to even enter my house on that day. I have to pass the night to somebody's house. I got home, discovered my key was not in my purse. Whether it fell inside keke, I don't even know how that one even happened. Then coming home, my phone again got spoiled. The phone fell down and the screen got broken. So that day was really a very bad day for me. But I'm still thanking God because the plan of those people, they did not really succeed. I don't know what would have even happened on that day. Because even me, myself, I don't even know. Just talking, even my boss was like, even that sometimes you might see a woman crying, holding a baby, crying that she don't have transportation. Don't answer them. That they are the ones people are really using. They will tell you, I'm sorry, my child is sick. I don't have money to go to the hospital with my child. That they are kidnappers. Immediately I answer, I will start following them. That is what is happening in Lagos. So when he was saying, if greeting, I should not answer anybody that greets me. And I was even telling him that some persons used to tell me they don't have transportation, even at beggar. I used to give them. He said that from today I should stop giving out money. That they are all fake. They will lie. Before you know that, see what happened today. Now I started following that. I don't even know what was happening to me. And a lady came into the office, was like, she had the same encounter in which I had. That 2 weeks to our wedding, somebody came to that same spot I was standing. that they used to share themselves. Some 4 persons at Egbeda, some Yanopaja. That's how they do.
So it's
They'll
like a
come and
group.
yes, that they used to group themselves. I think they are splitting themselves. If this one succeeds, they will go to their camp and share what they've achieved on that day or the person they are going to use. So she was telling me our encounter, she was like, our own was even 275,000. They've already gathered for our wedding. 2 weeks to our wedding. That the only thing that helped her was immediately she entered the bus and she discovered it was them. She ran outside. Before you know, her bag, they've already removed her. That was when she realized that it was so sudden. She didn't really know. And some persons were bringing up their experience and all that. That that place is dangerous. Ijegun, that is very far. It's as if I'm going outside Lagos again. That is very, very far. So I was like, if this is what they do, my boss said, don't ever answer anybody that greets you. Even if they ask you, please, I'm stranded, that should not try to answer anybody. That they are just, that's their format. That's what they use here in Lagos. That should not try it. So that was what really happened on that fateful day, on 14th of September. I won't forget that day in my life.
Wow.
So that was what really happened.
Just thank God for your life, honestly, because many have been in this sort of thing and they've not really come out alive. Now, the thing is this, right? You know, once you actually have a situation like this, now, especially with the situation in the country, so how people now, you know, because there'll be genuine people outside there. Take for instance now, okay, like the time you were standing after it has happened and you need money, you know, for transportation. Like the guy you knock on and say, bros, please. If he had an experience like it, will run. You know,
he would have
this
not
is the downside. He wouldn't have, because just like, you know, somebody say, if you see somebody that they say they need help, that guy came to you, was asking that he doesn't know. So that's their modus operandus, you know, how they actually operate. Now, you know, there's one thing that I just want to ask you. Was it like, did you felt as if they are taking you somewhere, or you were not even, because from what you said now, while you were going with them, you knew you were going somewhere that you didn't want to go, but it didn't feel like, you just knew that you were just following them willingly. They were not holding you or restraining you from.
They didn't hold me. You know, when they are holding me and all that, it was as if they used charm. Because they did not hold me. I was going willingly with them. The first guy that spoke to me was in front of me. Why the second guy that was asking me, what was that man asking you, was behind me. I was in their middle.
So he's the one that must have done whatever he did. Because yes. I think he's the one. Then the moment he just said, then you just started following him, and that's it. No question asked.
No, I was not asking it. They were not asking me anything. It was when we were inside the bus, they were asking, where do you work? And do you have an account? How much do you have?
What was on your mind? What was on your mind at that time?
Nothing. I was just telling them no. I was just answering no, no, no. So I don't know the spirit that was making me to answer no. So that was what was even surprising me. Even when I came to the office, I was like, God. So a lady was like, hey, that God really saved me. Oh, that she had an encounter like this. She told them she had money in her account. That in short, like she was like, babe, your spirit is really strong. Your spirit is strong. So I was like, because that on Thursday night, there was this prayer I was making. I don't know if that was what really helped me, because I believe God really stood for me. That night was this Dr. Paul and Enche prayer. This night prayer they do every 11:30. So that was the prayer. That was the prayer they did that day. They finished around 1 a.m. So they were like, the clothes we are wearing to the office the following day, we should wear it as a garment of favor. So I even did that prayer. Even after the prayer, even the house I said, they were like, this one you are praying today like this. I said, I beg, leave me, make I pray the prayer. So I think that was what really assisted me. Because when they were asking me all those things, I was just saying, I don't have money. I don't have money. Even when they said I should pay transportation, I said I don't have money. That was what I was answering them. I don't know what was prompting me to tell them I don't have. It was later on, coming down from the keke, I discovered that my ATM card was not with me. My money was not inside. If it happens my phones were inside our bag, they would have carried my phones. They would have carried the phone. And the phones were even on silent. I put it inside my body, my 2 phones. You won't even know that there is even phones inside. So the thing was, and even when the other guy gave me money, I felt maybe it's good, though it's good to be good. I felt maybe, like, sometimes people meet me and tell me they are stranded and all that. I assist them. So I just feel it was just God on that day, because I've been doing for people. God just used that. If not, somebody, not these days, a lot of persons are afraid. They will not even answer you. Even inside the bus, up to this hour, if you greet me inside bus or you are talking to me, I will not answer you because of the experience I had.
Okay.
It was not a good experience. Following people I don't know, I was just going.
Wow. So I
was,
think I think there's just something I just want to find out from you. I mean, I haven't gone through this. What do you think? I mean, what advice do you have for people? What would you say that, because like you said, now a lot of people have gone through this. It was when it happened to you that people started telling you. But we want to use this avenue for you to be able to let everyone know, what has happened and what sort of what do you think could have been done that would have actually have made things better, that would have prevented such a thing from taking place? What do you think that could have been done if you had known? What do you think there was anything in particular that you could have done that would have prevented that? Because I can't say that somebody, I mean, you're just being civil. Somebody comes to you, you're standing, all of us will be at the bus stop anywhere in the world at any time. Somebody comes and says, "Oh, sorry, I want to go somewhere. Can you please tell me?" I do that. It could be anywhere, it could happen to anyone. So what do you reckon that one should do? I mean, just in your own view, or there's just nothing you could really do?
presently now, because of my experience, with what I experienced, I'm not even advising anybody, even if the person is dying. I know that a lot of us, yes, I know that a lot of us have this, like me, I'm too emotional. I'm very, very emotional. I feel for people a lot. I might see you now passing through some kind of situation, I'll start crying. Even if it's for me to give you my last card, I will do it. But even presently, though I don't have that mind to be like, let me see somebody and just ignore the person. But with what happened to me, I cannot stand by a bus stop or somebody inside bus. You are asking me, do you know this place? I will not answer. So it's better you don't even answer, because they have a lot of trick they use these days. They have a lot. So I might even come and tell you, I've not eaten since morning and all that. It's better you just be going, because the thing you will lose is more than what you even have safe. Because even this encounter, a man was, when I encountered one man by my street side, he was like, "Auntie, why are you like this? Why are you crying?" I told him, I said, this was what happened. He said, he knows somebody, a lady that encountered this, that they use cutlass to cut her in that same Ijegun, that they cut her and they rape her, that because she was struggling with them, that it was just God that helped that lady. That they raped her, they molested her, they used cutlass. It's God that just said she should not die. That it was when they took her to the hospital that I think somebody, they threw her somewhere, they felt she has even gone. That it was somebody that was passing that assisted the lady, that you need to see stitches all over her. Till today, she's still having that mark on her body. So it's better when somebody is asking you anything by the inside vehicle, by the roadside, or somebody you don't know. My dear, our advice is better you don't even answer. So even if they are dying, they are crawling, help me, help me. They are very dangerous. It's better you just go your way and avoid them. It's better with my own experience, so in which even up till date now, if I'm inside bus, you are telling me, maybe you step on me, sorry. I'll just do my head like this. I will not even open my mouth and answer. Because I don't know the plan. Maybe I might come down with you now, I'll start following you. So it's better you don't even answer, because they have a lot of way of manipulating people. Many ways. So I feel that day that incident happened, they really feel maybe they will tell their gang, this person really followed us to this extent, though. We don't know why it happened. But I believe it was prayers that really, really helped me. It was prayer. If not,
that was what I was actually going to say, that even though yes, there are some things that we will do, there's some measures, as human being that we take, so that we are aware of our surroundings, but I think ultimately it was what you did, it was the prayers, like you were saying earlier that you were a day before that you were praying more than even those you were
Yes,
with. Were like, ah,
commanding
why
the
you
day
pray
prayer.
so? Why you are praying so passionately? Like as if you're dependent and not knowing that that was just the spirit of God really preparing you because of
Yes.
what was to come ahead. So I would say that I think not just any time. I think the lesson overall. Yes, you can do permutation if you like. Go and do judo. Go and do whatever. Don't talk to anybody. Because some people. Because I think growing up in Nigeria, I remember some things that some stories we used to hear. Things like you'll be going, somebody will just tap you, and before you know it, I'm not even
You
talking
start,
of where they're stealing body parts now. I'm talking of
it's
where they will
happening.
touch the person will go mute and will start following them. We used to hear those stories. This was more or less like before the advent of the internet. The internet have exposed a lot of things. That is why we're using this platform to be able to, what do we get from this? How can we? There are people that hear this. What measures would they take? I think overall, the most important thing I think they will take from this is pray. Anytime you are going out, that's why read your psalm. If that read Psalm 23,
Don't
read
tell God to watch you.
91. Read Psalm 91.
Even
Because
inside the bus, be praying. Even if you can't pray it, I'll just be declaring inside you. Let God order your step.
there is so much wickedness that is actually happening. Look, there's wickedness all over the world, but there's this thing, the Nigerian kind. Let me put it this way, it's just so brutal. You understand? Because on talk about a lot of things, security issues, we talk about it, things that are happening, all sorts of banditry, herdsmen, napping. Imagine that. Even some of the people that we've heard the stories that who have been rather unfortunate that they've actually kidnapped, their family members have paid the money and they still ended up killing them.
Yes.
We've seen videos. That is why now I don't watch any of the videos because I now realize that look, this is just my own take. Psychologically, if the enemy, the enemy is the devil, okay, what happened is that when you open up your mind, there are some videos I just tell people don't watch those videos. You know why? They put you in fear. It's for that reason. Look, I love to watch movies sometimes, and I remember that I used to like watching horror films. So I think a friend of mine was saying that until the day that he watched a Dracula film and he has to pass through a cemetery, he said that was when the fear came on him that every horrible thing he watched in the horror film, actually came back to his remembrance. So just because of that, I now know why people say don't watch those things. It's just what people say. Like he said, guard your hearts. Don't allow. There's some things. Some people want to say, hey, come on here, just be informed. No, that's have a choice. Don't be informed about negative things. I'm not saying hide our head. Inside the sound. Inside the sound like the ostrich. No, and ignore what is going on. That's not what we are talking about here. But this is something about that. Now, when we go out, we can't just go out anyhow anymore. You just walk out somewhere and just begin to like, oh, you are happy-go-lucky. Anything can happen. No, you can't allow that. So I think everybody has learned from this. I certainly have. So now we'll be more deliberate. That either we're good at better pray. You better pray. So some will say, what rubbish? You don't need God. You are a gongo. You are, is it?
We need God.
We need.
Some vehicles you are entering to, they are there. They might not ask you question. You just enter the vehicle like that. They will start carrying you and be going. They will take you and go. So in short, no one is even safe. But with prayers, we are safe.
We are
That's
safe
it. You
with
might
prayer. Thank you. That is the word. With prayer, we are. This is only. I think that's the only thing that. In fact, that's the only thing that can guarantee. That is the only thing that can guarantee. Other than that,
serious.
anything that the person is playing Russian roulette, and that's it.
No place is safe here. Even inside bus, they will tell you. I could remember was it last year or last 2 years in BRT? There is this lady they killed inside BRT. I could remember then. Back then, that was last.
I remember. That was the bus
One
driver now.
something I forgot himself. So all
With some
those
other
things,
people.
yes, all those things.
Wow.
One just you just encounter them and enter a bus like that. You don't know. You might think they are passengers. They are not passengers. So when your spirit is not assessing you to enter a particular bus, my dear, it's better you just be patient. Let God direct your bus. Sometimes when all these bus driver comes, want to enter bus, you see them shouting and all that. I'll tell my friends, this one not be our bus. God go bring our own. Make they go. Or maybe you have had encounter, you are quarreling with conductor.
It's like one chance now. I mean, it's the same thing, you know, like one chance. That one is even horrible, you know.
Let
one
them
chance.
go. Your own boss.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know, everything.
You're welcome.
You know, thank you so much for coming onto the platform. Really appreciate. You know, so and I think that our viewers will have taken one or two things from here. You know, and for the people that are loans, you know, this thing is happening. I'm sure it's happening in other African countries. But you know, where all these people that are doing this now, why can't they? I don't know whether you can use such powers for anything positive. You know, the devil doesn't give anything. You know, if you say man take money, you know that there is a condition tied to it. You know, so those who are really spiritually smart, we know, you know, what exactly is at play here. So thank God, you know, for me, it's I'm just taking away, like I said, I'm just reiterating that you know, prayer is key. I can't just go out anyhow, you know, even if you're inside your car, even if you're inside your car, you know. So I've had some experiences like that, you know. In a hold up, one guy came and he was tapping on it. It was in the night, was tapping on the glass, saying, "Give me money." And when I looked at it, he has a gun. And I said, Omo, I don't have money to give you. If I have, I will give you. And he just walked away. Is it that it was that brother? No, it wasn't. It's God. You know, it's just as simple as that. So thank you so much for coming on to the big mic. So we really enjoy. Well, I won't say that really enjoy your copy, but I actually would say that, you know, it's quite, you know, a learning curve really. So thank God you are alive, you are healed, and everything. And like I said, now you will fix your screen. Don't worry. You know. So the God, at least, if one is given a choice, one's life or a phone, you know, obviously they didn't even take the phone. Yeah, they didn't actually take the phone. Yeah, everything is just there. You know, everything is working there. So thank God for your life. So Halimatu, thank you so much, and we love to see you again for something good, not for kidnappers now. So you know, for something good, you know. So we'll call on you again some other time. Thank you so much. Just want to thank everyone for actually coming down to, you know, on the platform for the program itself. You've heard everything all, so please take care out there when you're going out. Make your prayers, please. It doesn't matter. Sometimes even if you overslept, even the 2-second prayer you say, "Oh Lord, bless me," is more than you know, is more than suffice in cases. You know, so just want to thank God for everyone. So I'm saying good night, and see you guys some other time. And God bless, and see you again sometime this week.